Nobody's listening, right? Hi, Andy.
Hello.
So curious if anyone out there is listening.
Yes, this is from Andrea on Spotify. She says Team Chip Clip.
Great.
Yeah,
I love it.
I do too.
You know what I love about chip clips?
Everything?
Everything, but they have really fun ones. They have ones that look like little animals,
Yeah.
like a little froggy.
Yeah.
It's great.
If there was an animal that we would associate with our show, do you know what that animal would be?
The first thing that comes to mind is a fox.
Whoa. Yeah, it's a fox.
Really?
For sure, it's a fox.
Why?
They're wily and cute.
Is that what you think you are?
No, you.
Me?
Yeah.
You think I'm wily and cute? Wily?
I'm wily. You're
Oh.
cute.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wanted to let everyone know that we are doing a live stream on our patreon.com/nobody's listening right Saturday, March 23rd at 4 p.m. It's a happy hour.
Heyo.
Bring your fun drink or your cocktail or your mocktail. Join us, and we're going to have a blast.
I love it. Where's that at?
Patreon.com/nobody's listening right. I just got into a panic like I'm supposed to know the URL already or
You
something.
know the URL. You're good.
Okay.
Listen, we haven't, we've never dropped a teaser for Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
If you've been waiting,
Yeah.
we got live streams. You just announced one, but I want to drop a little clip, just like a 2-minute clip right now.
Okay.
This is kind of some of the stuff that you're missing out on Patreon. If this might get you over the hump. So here it is.
Well, anyway, Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
We just do cards for each other.
Yeah.
So I gave you a card, and I'd like for you to read the card I got you.
It seems too sweet to read.
No, I want you to read it.
It's so sweet. Are you sure?
Do you want me to read the one I wrote for you, and you read the one you wrote for me?
No, I don't know.
Are you? Let's do that.
No.
I'll read it. It's in my words.
You read yours.
Okay.
Or do you think? What do you think?
Yeah. Let me read that. Yep. So the card is beautiful. It has like an almost embroidered I heart you on the front. Very pretty. Andy, I actually think we have the greatest love of all time. I know people say that, but I truly believe no one's got it better. You, A, turn me on. B, make me laugh harder than anyone. C, make me feel safe in all ways. D, are the most incredible dad and parenting partner. E, inspire me creatively. F, keep me from spinning out. G, are my home. H, make me feel beautiful. I, make me calm. J, are the person I have the most fun celebrating with. K, are the one person I want to be with when I'm sad. And then L, love me and our family in a way that we feel and know as the stable foundation of our lives. Thank you for being the one and only best human, you. I am so unbelievably lucky. I love you. P.S. You're fine as hell.
Wow.
And then, so that's one of actually 2 cards I gave you. And then you gave me a card.
This one is red and it has
Put the mic up a little. I need to hear you a little bit more.
This one is red, has like a tortilla chip with like a smiley face and eyes on it on a plate, standing on a plate, and it says, "This is nacho, average Valentine." And on the inside it says, "In queso, you didn't know, you're awesome." And now the chip's in a little dish of queso. Very happy. And I wrote,
Good.
"Happy Valentine's Day to the cutest nacho queen in the game. Your nachos are hella good. They are the bomb. I love you and the fire nachos you make on the reg. Be mine. I love you. Love, Andy."
Oh my really different vibes. And that's the thing of Patreon. I feel like we it's a little looser somehow.
And also, you feel like it gives you permission to really out different people, talk shit about people.
No,
It's
no,
like
no.
a safe space for you
Do you
to.
remember how my New Year's resolution was to not talk shit?
But on Patreon, you can.
Yeah, it's
There was
my
an
one
exclusion.
loophole.
Yeah.
Great. Andy, how are you doing?
Very good.
You are?
Yeah.
Good.
You don't think that you seem surprised?
I didn't know that we were doing very good.
I'm doing good.
You are?
Yeah. I'm guessing you're not doing very good.
I guess not.
Yeah.
But I love that you're doing well,
Yeah.
despite my dark rain cloud following me around.
I've had
I
a
also
great
just haven't
week.
felt that good. You have. You've had a
Yeah.
great week.
I've had an amazing week.
You know, you stay pretty level.
Uh-huh.
And maybe you're not wanting to gloat or something.
Uh-huh.
I thought you yelled at me a little bit yesterday, and I thought maybe you were grumpy
Yeah.
about the biscuit. I felt like you got really upset at me.
Well, you need to explain it.
Okay.
Wait, how does that have anything to do with me being in a good mood? And I thought you were about to celebrate me a little bit, and then you just talked about how I was yelling at you.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's interesting that you're letting me know that you've been in, like, daisies and rainbows,
Oh, yeah.
because that doesn't always come across. You're pretty level, meaning, like, it's almost hard to get a read on your mood if it's really down or if it's up,
Sure.
which is nice, honestly.
Oh.
You're steady.
I am
Whereas
steady.
my moods, I think, I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah,
You can
definitely.
definitely see what
Yeah.
I'm working with. I gave blood yesterday, and I felt for Children's Hospital. Just need that. I wanted to do something good for people, because sometimes that they say if you do good things for other people, it'll help you to feel
Yeah, that's not. But I thought you were gonna say if you do good things for good people, good things will happen to you. I thought you were trying to make some sort of deal with the karma world in that sense.
No.
And I don't think it works that way. You got to do it with honest intentions.
Yeah, and I did. I went and gave blood. I kind of we'll get to all of this, but the biscuit situation.
Oh yeah, number one, I didn't yell at you.
Well, you seemed mad.
I was not mad. I was worried that you offended our house cleaner. I was only looking out for her feelings, and that's why I was.
I know,
whoa,
but
whoa.
also you like made me feel. I mean, what was done was done. Here's the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I had made biscuits, homemade scratch biscuits for a dinner for our family. And this has been a kind of thing that's been happening, which is I'll make biscuits or I'll make like the frozen croissants or something, and everyone eats all of them and doesn't leave one for me. And so there were 3 biscuits left over plus a scone that you hadn't had for breakfast.
Uh-huh.
So I gave each of the kids a biscuit. You had your scone, and there was 1 biscuit left. And my plan was to turn that motherfucking biscuit into an egg and cheese lunch situation.
Yeah.
Now, we have a lovely woman who we love very much who comes and cleans our house once every 2 weeks. This happened to be the day she was there.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I'm like, help yourself to anything. And if had I known it was her, I wouldn't have been upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I assumed it was you
Yeah.
who had eaten the last biscuit. And the last few times I've been like kind of left out of the things I'm making.
It's never been because of me. It's because of the kids.
They always eat 2 or something like that and don't leave one for me.
It's not me.
Well,
But listen, you just said you were upset. So I walked in the door as the cleaning lady was passing me to go outside.
Yeah. And I said,
They were
did
going
you
into
eat
the
my biscuit?
Yeah. And I was like, no. But I gave a face to you like, are you trying to put the cleaning lady on blast? Because she's in earshot. And you were coming with some upsetness because you thought I ate your biscuit, and so I was like,
really
oh
hope
no,
she didn't
what?
hear that. Had I known it was her, of course I wouldn't have mentioned it at all. And also, I'm like, have the biscuit. Gotta say,
Be careful.
kind of wild. Well, like the biscuit is under the cake dome. I don't know.
I don't think it is. I think they were like, I'm going to clean the cake dome. I'll help myself to this biscuit.
Okay.
Did you ask the kids by chance if they took it?
Oh, I know that they didn't because I
Okay.
cleaned up after them.
Okay, and it was still there.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
I want to
it's
be,
just
listen,
upsetting that you are painting me as like this person that yelled
I'm
at you.
also
Number
like,
one, I didn't yell at you, and you're
Okay.
admitting that you came at me
you made
angry,
me
thinking
feel so guilty, though.
Because what if she did hear? Do you feel guilty if she did
Yes,
hear?
I hope she didn't. But also, like, what's done is done. I, of course, feel guilty. You don't need to, like, make me feel terrible. And
But
also,
you never would have felt terrible had I not done that.
no, yes, I would have.
How?
Because when you said, no, I didn't eat it. What if, are you trying to make her feel like you came at me like that? Knowing that you didn't eat it,
Yeah.
clearly she did, or she threw it away. Both seem extreme. Listen, this is very different from, we're very much like with babysitters, with anyone, help yourself to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But
This was your biscuit that you really wanted.
there was one, it's like clearly a special thing left. It's different to me.
Not really. And also, they're really good biscuits, but to like someone just coming in, it was just a biscuit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This wasn't like
But it
it
was
wasn't like a
one
special
left.
like little torte or something that like from a French patisserie.
Okay.
This was a biscuit.
Yeah, that's true. A big biscuit. The last one. But anyway, you made me feel terrible, which also was on the heels of, you know, getting, I know I'm a broken record, getting more passes on things, more rejection the night before. I was in a pretty low place. And then you came in and made me feel like such a piece of shit. And then I texted you and you didn't text me back
About what?
because you didn't see my text. You were out shopping.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what I said. Wait, I don't want to get in trouble.
I actually don't even know if I actually really saw the text because when you came home, you're like, "Why didn't you respond to me?" And I was like, I pulled out my phone to show you that it was blue, that I didn't see it yet.
I said, I hope she didn't. I hope she didn't hear the biscuit thing. I don't think she did, but that truly messed with my food/lunch game plan. Because that was the other thing. I had a meeting, and by the time I got out of the meeting, I was hangry. Okay. Then what I have for lunch, I had this great plan. Was Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran's great.
Is very different.
I mean, if you had something else in mind, sure.
Yes, it's very different.
Okay.
And then I had some popcorn.
Okay.
And then I went to give blood.
Yeah.
I hadn't had enough to eat, and I was giving blood for children because I was trying to be like, if you put something good out there, it'll make you feel better. And I started to have like a panic attack in the middle of giving blood.
Yeah.
Which freaks me out. I haven't had many panic attacks. I now recognize my fear of flying. I have like the simmerings of the beginning of a panic attack sometimes when I think about or am flying. My heart started like racing. I started feeling like I was on the brink of hyperventilating. So I was really focused on staying calm and trying to breathe. Why are you smiling? Why? I'm so curious.
I'm okay. Number one, I'm engaged. I'm just smiling. You're in something right now. I'm just here listening. I mean,
Okay.
how I'm interpreting all of this.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're in it right now, I think is all.
Am I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I kind of got through the panic attack because I was halfway through giving blood. I was half a bag in, and you want the full bag.
Full bag or bust.
I also have really good blood. I am a universal donor.
That's
They
a win.
want me. To this day, I still get calls from the New York Blood Bank. I haven't lived there in 16 years.
That's a win.
So anyway, I did that, but it kind of scared me. And then I came home and I felt weird and I felt so nauseous. Anyway, I've been in a funk.
It's all to say the biscuit started a chain reaction of events that your day might have gone completely differently.
And I guess I've been so self-centered, I've been unaware that you've been having a great
I
week.
have had a great week.
Oh, I'm so glad. What's that feel like?
It feels good. Yeah.
Tell me about it. Like,
I think here's the thing is like, I think you know why I've actually had a great week. Um, I had like, I had so much good work news happen.
oh, that's true. Yeah.
One day I had like three things, bing, bang, boom, all in a row, all unexpected.
I know. Well, this is like really, you know what I'm saying? I'm so glad, and what it's good for both of us. But it's a little, I actually am getting teary.
Hey, yeah.
It's been a bloodbath for me.
So yeah. Maybe that's why I've been a little quieter about my W, you know?
Your huge W's that have just fallen out of the fucking sky.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say you haven't earned it. I mean, it's all
No, it was
based on
all,
work you've done, and it's just, yeah.
there's just some fun stuff. And then I feel like, you know,
Yeah.
I've just been very fulfilled. I do feel more busy than I've been in a very long time because,
Mm-hmm.
I've been very busy with music stuff that's been very fulfilling. And then I'm also busy with podcast stuff. So it's just like, I'm just kind of going all week long and that just feels great, you know?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, had some exciting news happen today. Life is great for
Today?
me. Oh, no, not today. Sorry.
Oh, okay. By the way, I am so
I know you are, hon.
supportive and happy of
I
you,
know.
for you.
You know, I think it's a great thing for us to hear from each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of meaningful to me
Yeah.
that you would feel, I don't know a better way to put this, but like maybe like a little jealous of my W's right now, which there's times where I'm jealous of your W's. It's totally normal.
How is it meaningful?
It just makes us like human to each other because I
Yes.
know that deep
By
down
the way,
we really,
of course I want
of
your
course-
W's.
no,
of course. And
no.
you've earned them. It's just a little challenging
Yes.
when you
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I like, but I'm saying I appreciate that you can show that ugly side to me. You know what I mean?
You know, I will say I feel a little bit in better spirits today.
Yeah.
I don't think the giving blood works the charm that I was hoping it would, mostly because I physically felt not great yesterday, but I would do it again. I would just eat more,
Yeah.
have a biscuit. I'm tapping into Tay-Tay's advice.
Who's Tay Tay?
Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Just keep being creative. Keep making things.
Oh, that's
So I'm trying to really just focus on making new stuff,
it's great.
writing new things, new ideas, you know, that sort of thing.
What is up? I saw something that really kind of is kind of disappointing to see, but I know you're on a journey right now. When I was setting up the cameras for the show, we film on each other's iPhones. I was going to put your phone on focus mode, and I opened up a window, and are you doing face yoga now?
Oh my God.
What is face yoga?
Okay, well, this is the thing. Here's what I do when I'm in the state I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I try to fix my face. Not fix. I don't think anything's broken with it. And also, like,
You have
I
a
really need
great
to watch
face.
myself with, you know, our daughter is acutely aware that I prefer, like, seeming young than older.
Oh, okay.
And I said to her, like, you know, I'm excited to age and to show age. I think it's cool. And I think, you know, I'm trying to lie through my fucking teeth.
Yeah.
We have so much pressure to stay young, and there's all this face stuff.
What's face yoga?
I'll tell you in a second. So it's that and astrology that I really go to, which we'll get to in a minute. I turn to those things in times of funks.
Face yoga or face care?
Face care all around. So I've ordered a bunch of face stuff. Like, I spend a lot of money. Now, I do want to say we had our sponsor, OneSkin. I genuinely like their eye cream. So I feel like I've found my eye cream, but I'm trying new things. I like got on a subscription for this thing called tretinoin. I mean, I'm going all in. I have spent a dime.
How much have you spent?
I don't even know.
Well, yeah, you do.
But
I hope you do.
that's what I'm doing. And then the other thing, so part of that is then you start getting ads for things, and there's something called face yoga. And it's like you do things with your face to try to like tighten and strengthen. And some people think it's great. At the end of the day, I think all of this stuff probably does make a difference, but you have to do so much to get such little difference. For example, I have the new face device.
Hmm.
Now, if they want to sponsor us, I will go all in. But I've used it religiously before. I kind of like the way it feels. It's like this microcurrent tingling thing. People
Yeah.
swear by it. To me, I'm like, it doesn't give me, for what it takes out of my life to have to commit to it,
Hmm.
it's not doing enough for me. So I'm actually going to probably sell it on eBay or something.
I have a question.
Okay.
What the fuck is face yoga?
Okay. So there's certain, I'm going to do some of them. There's certain things, there are movements you do and you count to a certain number, which I'm not going to be able to do. But here's one that's for your cheeks. Okay. You make a face and you put your lips over your teeth and then you kind of do this weird smile. It all looks very weird.
Okay.
But here it is.
Okay.
And you like hold that for 30 seconds. And then you do something where you put something in your mouth and you like go to the side and
Better
go.
hope I don't get too creative with the clip this week. Okay.
You do things like that. You do things like, I don't know, it's like massage. I haven't gotten that deep into it.
And what's the end goal of it?
That your face looks like more toned or something. I mean,
And how,
your face has all these muscles. It makes sense.
it does sort of make sense, but like how would it be proven?
That's a great question. And that's the problem.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, working out, muscle training and whatnot. There's so many examples and years of examples and
Well,
data
there
of
are
that working.
plenty of before and afters and stuff like that,
But
but
is
you
there like
can't trust it because you don't know is like there's no control group
Right. It's
of
just,
like I've done nothing except face yoga. Now it does make sense to me, but it's also like unless it feels good and you're wanting to do it, which the truth is I'm probably not. I mean, there are some things maybe I should do, but ultimately also I'm like a face is a face. Like let this thing
you
go.
got a great face. I wouldn't overthink it. I think as far as the face care stuff,
Hmm.
to me that is just like it's kind of just like an outlet for you. Do you know what I mean?
It is an outlet.
And I relate to those kind of outlets. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean?
It
But it's
is.
similar to
It's like going to get a box of chocolates and eating it because I'm
having a
sad,
glass
you
of
know.
wine. Yeah, yeah. So you're spending time looking at the stuff, researching the stuff. Oh, I'm going to buy it. It's going to show up. Should I buy it? I shouldn't buy it. It's too
I
expensive, but I
love
kind of want to
researching
buy
it
it. Like,
before and afters. Oh wow, that really
yeah,
looks like it works. So I got on this tretinoin subscription. Now tretinoin is like a prescribed cream that you put on your face, just little bits. Now it might make so what happens is there's like a few weeks in there can be a purge
okay,
where I might start getting acne or dry skin or something, but then I just have to get past that and then it's going to be really good. And I really, I religiously wear sunscreen and stuff like that to keep it good. It's going to be great. So I am excited about that. And that's something for me to look forward to. And
when does it show up?
I don't know yet, but soon.
And how long do you have to do it for?
Rest of my life,
I don't think that one's gonna
rest of my live long days.
stick for some reason.
I do like, so I have been kind of not down like crying or anything, although I've shed a tear occasionally, but like a little humbled.
Okay.
And and the kids, at dinner the other night, I said, "What would you do if you were me, feeling a little down?"
Yeah.
And you guys all know me so well. You said, "Have a glass of wine."
Yep.
Otis said, "Have dessert."
Yep.
And Teddy said, "Write down all of your bad feelings and then rip them up."
Love it.
Genius.
Great.
So I just wanted to say I appreciate that my family knows me so well and has great ideas, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be just fine.
Okay.
I actually think
Okay. Can we?
there's like I'm really emotional right
You just sound not fine right now. Let's pivot. Can we pivot, or do you
now.
want?
Hang on,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
because there's something I do want to talk about. The other thing I turn to is astrology. Now, you and I have noticed lately, you're an Aries
I am.
sun.
Yeah.
I'm Virgo sun, Virgo.
Aries is a sun.
Well, so we all have three.
Oh yeah. I don't need it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm Virgo sun, Virgo moon. And lately, we both have noticed anytime we look at any horoscope, it's really rough for Virgo right now. Like, to the degree that I'm like, our astrologers don't like Virgos.
It seems that way. It really does.
Because even the message that's coming through in the horoscope, I feel like there's a better way of saying it. And we're looking like at many different astrology things.
Yeah.
And we'll read yours, Aries. And I'm also like, you're the first sign in the whole thing.
Typically.
So maybe they have like a more positive kind of more energy attitude. I'm assuming most write Aries first. But by the time you get to Virgo, it's rough. Like, it's rough going out there. So my usual outlet of astrology hasn't hasn't given me the hope it
have
usually
there ever
does.
been times in your life where it is good in those things?
Yes, because even when the going gets rough, like Heidi Rose Robbins, the way she presents things is so useful and helpful. It's like, even when you're in the depths, let's say, or like going through a hard time, it's always in the context of like, things might feel like nothing's happening during this time, but you're actually planting seeds that will bloom later, or there's still an error of like, this isn't going to last forever.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any of that. And I would love to do a reading with Heidi, but I've just spent all of our money on my face.
Yeah.
So just the ones that are online and stuff haven't given me the sunshine. Having said all of this, I do feel hopeful.
Okay.
There's something I'm feeling a shift as of like this.
Doesn't sound like it.
Okay.
There will be a shift, though.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
And by the way, I am so great. I don't want to sound ungrateful.
I don't think you do.
I'm like, that's why I haven't, while I've been a little bit in a funk, I'm not like upset all the time, because life is really good outside of this one arena. You know, I have an amazing family. We like dream of dreams. We go to our cabin. Everything's great.
Yeah. It's all going to be great.
I want to tap into some of your positivity.
I'm starting to get really worried about you. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Let's pivot
Yeah.
to something a little lower stakes,
Yeah.
maybe.
Sorry.
So I should have researched this a little bit more before now, but you're a decent Googler.
You're trying not to be mean. You think I'm a terrible
I do
Googler.
think you're a terrible Googler,
Okay.
but I like what it yields. But I had a crazy epiphany at the grocery store the other day.
Where all of our crazy epiphanies happen.
No, check this out though. Okay, for at least the last 2 months at Target, that's where when I'm at Target, I'll get granola bars for the kids. Right?
Yes, great place to get granola bars.
What is like the classic of classic granola bars? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, the crumbly ones, which are like the hard ones that crumble apart.
Oh, the Nature's
Valley.
Nature Valley. Yeah, not those. The other ones that are just classic.
Like I can see the box.
I know
clearly.
you can.
Chocolate chip.
Chewy. Right. And they're made by like
Kellogg or something.
Or Pepperidge Farm or something like that. But like they've been around forever.
Yes.
Okay. They have not been there for at least 2 months at Target. So I'm like, that's
Weird.
odd, okay?
Yeah.
And now it's a thing, like every time I'm at Target, I really go like, when the fuck are they going to get back? And they had a huge amount of real estate at our Target. I know
Oh,
exactly where they're
really?
supposed to be.
And what's filling that real estate now?
It's been changing. So it's not consistent, which is another hint for me.
Okay.
Then I'm at the grocery store the other day and I'm like, oh, I got to get some here.
Yeah.
None in sight, no flavor,
Oh,
nothing.
dirty.
So would you just Google what happened to Chewy granola bars? Because I'm thinking crazy
What's
recall.
the shortage?
Are you going rogue? I just told you what to Google.
No. Oh, shit.
Was there a recall? Mm-hmm. What happened?
Quaker.
Quaker, that's it. Quaker Chewy granola bars.
Wait, Andy, we already knew this. I threw out a box of ours.
What?
Yes, because this was in January. They may be contained. There was a huge recall of more than 40 different granola bars because there was a salmonella situation. And I threw out a whole box of ours because it was within the recall zone.
Holy shit. This is crazy, though. Usually there's a recall, and you don't ever even see it affect the store, like, because it's like a batch or whatnot.
This
How
is
is this
major.
thing? This must
Major.
be huge.
What a hit they're taking. And also, if I know anything from Shark Tank, the grocery business is tough. Getting that real estate
Back. Now, this is Quaker.
It is Quaker.
And this is an iconic product.
Yeah.
But this does seem like they're probably losing billions of dollars.
Wait, this is wild because the recall was first announced December 15th.
Okay.
But on January 11th, the FDA posted that over 40 more products were being added to the recall list on top of bars and cereal. This included Chewy granola bars, Captain Crunch cereal, etc. As of December 15th, the company had received no confirmed reports of illness related to the products covered by this recall. So that's good.
It just seems bonkers that they're not back in the game. It's February.
Yeah, that's true. That's a long time out.
Huh.
I hope they're going to make it.
Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. I got to the bottom of another dumb thing recently. I went to Cracker Barrel with our son, and the reason I loved going to Cracker Barrel so much was for the country ham. And then the last time I went, country ham's off the menu, right? It was devastating for me. So much so that I have no need to go to Cracker Barrel anymore. But my son wanted to go the other day, so we went. And I had to ask about the country ham again because she was like, how was the meal? And I was like, this is great. I gotta say, though, I'm really missing that country ham. And she's like, I know. And I was like, why did they take it off the menu? I mean, did people were they just not eating it? And she's like, yeah, they weren't eating it. We were wasting a bunch. And I was like, oh, God, that's such a bummer. And then she goes, but only in California. And I said, what?
Wow.
And she said, yeah, they have it everywhere else. And it's just these liberal fucking Californians can't have their country ham.
I want to say
They need
something.
their sugar sweet ham. They
My
can't
God,
have it country.
How have you turned? Remember the film we just watched? Do you know? Sorry, I'm about to get real, and you're not going to like it because you don't like to hear the truth. The pork industry is so grotesquely cruel. What they do to those pigs is so heinous. Pigs are like smart like dogs. I mean, they're incredibly smart. You should not be eating pork products if you care.
Okay, California, then get rid of all of the ham at Cracker Barrel. But no, California wants to keep their sweet ham, but they can't have country ham.
Well,
what if this is how I get red pilled?
I don't know what that means. What's red pilled?
Like, I'm going to become like a Trumper or something. Like, this is my, like,
Red hatted?
What's red hatted?
Like a Trumper.
Oh.
Wait, but how?
Like that I'm so riled up at California.
You're turning against liberals?
Yeah.
But you've been on this journey. This is what's confusing to me. Mm-hmm. You've been on this journey.
To eat less meat.
I
know, but one has nothing to do with the other in my mind. They're both, this is like I don't know, this is these fucking California liberals is all.
How does one not have anything to do with the other?
I can
You should be celebrating the fact that many people are eating less meat to the degree
no, they're not eating less meat. They're just eating less country ham and eating more.
that is meat.
But they weren't eating the country
You
ham.
don't know that
They're
they're
still
eating more
eating
sweet
all the
ham.
sweet ham.
That's fine. I guarantee you that it's not that every person who's eating country ham has on a lark switched to sweet ham. They are eating less country ham.
But if you are someone that goes to Cracker Barrel and you're getting breakfast meats and they say we don't have country ham, you're just picking another meat. You're not saying like, oh, you know what, I won't have any meat.
I don't think you understand how things work. Like, this is a supply and demand situation. People in California are eating less meat. And the fact that you said one has nothing to do with the other, when you're talking about people are eating less country ham to the degree that it's been pulled from the menu. And so you're anti-liberal because of that.
Yeah, because these California liberals won't eat country ham because they're like, it's country. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. This is so fucking dumb. Can we move on? God.
But it is upsetting that I live in the one place where they took away the thing that I love.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think you have a good side of your face? Wow, we're really like jumping.
100%.
We're jumping back and forth between different things.
I know, that's all linked.
Do you think I have a good side of my face?
No. I'm meaning they're both good sides.
I had the thought
You
the other
have a
day.
pretty, I want to do this trick with you. You have a pretty symmetrical face to me.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't know, have you ever been in the bathroom and made the mirror? In our bathroom, you can open the mirror so that you're seeing your reflection the way other people see you.
I think I've done it in. Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's interesting. But I thought you said do the thing where you take one half of your face and you duplicate it in like Photoshop to see
Oh,
which,
no.
how that looks. I've done that.
Well, speaking of our live stream, like when we do our live stream, whatever we do it on,
Yeah.
you can't do the reverse mirror image thing that they have on Zoom and stuff. So you are seeing yourself the way others see you. And we've talked about I have a crooked nose, and when I see my face like that, and also when I see it in the mirror, I look so deranged and wild to me.
But isn't that
It's so different.
how is that different than you seeing a photograph of yourself?
I don't know.
I don't think it is different. Isn't the
Well,
photograph the same
I do
thing?
have a good side of my face. And luckily, wait, is it?
Well, that's why I was wondering. I was wondering if mine, because I'm like, I don't know if how the camera points at my face is the good side. And I was like, does the internet think I'm, 20% less attractive than I actually am or something?
Well, you should play around with that and look at it.
I don't know how we could set up a different way, but I'm just saying, what if this side of my face is banging?
Well, look that way, but angled towards me, and smile. And look at me. No, with your eyes.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking a picture of you.
Okay.
Look that way.
Okay.
But look at me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That.
Okay, now look that way. Oh, yeah, I do think I think the other side is better.
I know.
Now, you also have
I know.
a slight eye thing that gets caught on camera that is not there in real
What do you
life. We've talked about this.
My wonky eye?
Yes.
That gets caught on camera,
Yeah.
but not in real life. There's no
much.
way that that's true.
Not as much. If you're drunk,
Mm-hmm.
then it's showing up in
But
real
if
life.
I'm normal on camera, it really, really gets
No.
accentuated.
Just certain angles and stuff like that.
Would you say our podcast angle is one of those angles?
No.
It's okay. Hey, you're in a very safe space.
No.
I'm fine if it is. I'm just curious.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
What is that eye thing? Have you ever asked about it?
I think it's probably similar to one of our kids has a looser does exercises.
The muscle.
Yeah, it's probably just something like that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
probably always had. Mm-hmm. It's just like a little wonk. Mm-hmm. Little wonky eye.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah. It gives you a mystery and kind of edge.
Yeah.
I love it. Do you remember when we went to dinner the other night at like kind of a fancier restaurant and the server was like handing out our menus and he's like, "Have you all eaten with us before?" And I confidently said, "No." And you said, "Yes." And then you said, remember?" And I said, "Oh, yes." And I loved it.
That's cute.
Kind of funny. Thanks. Here's a joke I said that landed.
I remember it.
It killed. Killed. So funny. Woo. Have you ever had a panic attack going back to my situation
I
yesterday?
haven't.
You haven't.
No,
I
not
want to talk more about it.
not that I can remember.
I've had just a handful in my life. The first one I ever had, I will never forget, was on the flight to the Republic of Georgia on that insane plane
Yeah.
where like the captains were smoking.
Hey, speaking of which, my good friend that's a pilot
Yeah.
becoming a captain.
Oh.
There's a whole ceremony and stuff.
Oh,
How cool
that's
is that?
great. I love that.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
great. So, but this was weird, and I'm guessing it has something to do with me being kind of like stuck there and a needle's in my arm.
Yeah.
And but the feeling of like you can't catch your breath and trying not to hyperventilate and like your heart racing, and I almost kind of got a little dizzy. I'm curious, like from listeners, what they do to handle it. But what I really don't like is the feeling of like this snuck up on me. I mean, granted, I was giving blood,
Yeah. You were in a vulnerable position.
I would hate to think. I mean, my heart really goes out to people who suffer from this, where it just like comes upon them at any time. Now, my mom had panic attacks. I remember when I was like 15, she had one in church.
Whoa.
To the degree that I was like, it was just me and her there. I
Yeah.
couldn't drive yet. She thought she was like something, she was having a heart attack or something.
Right.
The man behind us ended up like kind of taking over and being like, "I'll take her to the hospital." I don't remember if we went to the hospital or ambulance or what happened,
Yeah.
but I remember that being really alarming.
Yeah.
It's not good. And it does feel very scary.
Well, people think they're dying.
They do.
Sometimes
A
when it's
sense of
happening.
dread.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. And I'm
Yeah.
curious what the techniques are in the moment to
Google it. What to do when you get a panic attack. There's got to be some breathing stuff, I'm guessing.
okay, focus on your breathing.
Okay.
Slowly in and out while counting to 5. Stamp on the spot. Stamp?
Maybe stomp.
It says stamp.
Stamp on the spot. What's that mean?
I don't know. Hang on. Try to stay calm even though you feel overwhelmed. Oh, that's what to do when someone else is having a panic attack.
Stamp on the spot?
Wait.
What does stamp on the spot mean?
Remember it will pass. Take deep breaths. Focus on an object. Counting to 5 while breathing. Steps such as, I don't know. There is a lot of information, but it's hard to tell what's like the right thing. Anyway, don't love that. But I'm guessing it's all linked together, like the state the feelings I've been having,
Food,
not eating enough,
blood getting taken out of your body.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all of it together.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's scary though.
Yeah. Have you ever had insomnia really bad?
No, but it's funny you mentioned that. I have been having a little harder time sleeping recently, and I've been curious, like, is it, I got a new mouth guard. I'm like, is it the mouth guard? But then also I've been having some Diet Dr. Peppers lately, and I've never fancied myself one that's like real affected by caffeine on the sleep way. I do get like caffeine and coffee really messes me up, but I've never thought of it as like
Yeah.
keeping me from sleeping. But I was like, maybe I should stop drinking those Dr. Peppers.
Yeah, that's a good place to start. Yes,
Yeah, but this
indeed.
week, sleep has been just waking up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've also thought I always wake up at 5:30, to pee. Is that when I'm supposed to get up? I wonder if my life would be better because that's when I naturally wake up. If I was getting up at 5:30.
But then you need to be going to bed at 9:30.
Is that right?
Well, I think 7 to 8 hours is ideal.
But here's the thing, like let's say we went to bed at 10:30, 10:30 to 5:30. Is that 7 hours? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder is 7 hours like that better
Mm-hmm.
than me waking up at 5:30 and then having this weird groggy sleep for an hour and a half?
Right. Why don't you try it?
I just don't know what I would do.
I mean, I'm saying why don't you try it, but I wake up like a half hour before you,
Yeah.
and I treasure my kind of quiet alone time in
So
the
you
house.
selfishly just wouldn't want me to like get in on
Not
your
really,
thing.
but if you did and it made your life better, then great.
That's
I'd give
great.
that up for you.
Wow.
I just wouldn't want you to talk to me, really. I want you to act like we don't exist for each other.
What do you do during that time besides empty the dishwasher so loudly?
Oh my God. I can stop doing that. But
Oh,
then the
that
dishwasher's
honestly, that would be kind of nice
okay.
if you waited till we were all up.
But then you're like making lunches and, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know how to deal with that. I
Yeah.
can try to be quieter.
I don't think that's possible with the dishwasher empty. That's
Yeah.
hard. That's hard stuff to
So
do.
usually I wake up, I empty the dishwasher while my coffee is being made. I go and sit down on the couch and have my coffee. Sometimes I'll bring my gratitude journal. That I
Okay.
haven't been doing, which maybe would
Hey,
help
there
a
you
lot.
go. Okay.
It always does make me feel
I
better.
like that.
I'll look at my phone and kind of, it's just quiet time for me to kind of like look at my day ahead and think about, but I really savor that kind of cozy. I look at our small house and think, this is so nice.
Mm.
And our kids are going to wake up soon. Teddy usually wakes up pretty soon after that, and she just comes and snuggles me.
Oh, that's sweet. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's nice.
I won't ruin that for you. Maybe if I get up, I'll get up and just read or something in the bedroom.
Does reading make you sleepy?
At night it does.
Okay. I think I'm conditioned now that when I'm reading a physical book,
Mm-hmm.
even though I read a whole book the other day in one day,
That's crazy.
brain on fire. It was so I couldn't put it down.
Who's author?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a memoir,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really, I mean, I think it's like 14 years old, and there was a movie. It was a huge book at the time. I just never got around to reading
There's
it.
a movie?
I think so.
Do you want to say memoir normal and I'll, fix it?
No, but it is fascinating. And it's about this like brain infection this woman had, and that the symptoms she was showing before is really sad. The symptoms she was showing before they figured out what it was very hard for them to like figure out the diagnosis.
Okay.
It was kind of like she's having a psychotic break.
Oh,
And she
Jesus.
went from being this like really, hardworking journalist
Okay.
to like and being really angry. And it was very interesting reading that after I had read that book I've talked about on the show before. Oh God, what's her name? Dr. Jill Bolte.
Oh, yeah. You've talked about Dr. Jill Bolte.
Jill Bolte Taylor wrote this book called Whole Brain Living.
Yeah.
And it kind of breaks down the 4 quadrants of your brain and how they operate. And now, so knowing that this woman had her right hemisphere was infected and inflamed made sense. And the way this doctor figured it out was so fascinating. She had done a million tests, all this stuff. She had some like extra white blood cells in her spinal tap, but other than that, all of the tests came back normal, her MRI, everything. He had her draw a clock
Mm-hmm.
and write the numbers in. And by this point, she was like almost comatose.
Okay.
She was not there anymore. So she was able to draw a circle, and then she wrote all of the numbers, but she wrote 1 to 12 all on the right side, which means that so your right side is connected to your left brain. Like they're kind of opposite. So
Okay.
her right side, it means, was inflamed because she couldn't even see the left side of the clock to fill it in. That's how he figured this out. So
Whoa.
fascinating. But what's really sad about it is this condition, which is called like an something. You can Google that this brain on fire condition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming way more people are being diagnosed with it now instead of just being sent off to a mental institution
Oh my
forever.
God.
A lot of people affected by it are children. And for example, the actual real case that like The Exorcist was based on,
Yeah.
very, very likely that this is what was going on. Like a lot of kids over
Whoa.
throughout history who seemed like they were, what's it called?
Possessed.
Possessed or whatever, or like written off or set, horrible things. It was simply an infection that has like a relatively successful course of treatment. And obviously this author who went through that now
It's okay.
is okay.
Wow. Scary.
Scary.
I don't like all this scary stuff.
It did make me think, so there's something interesting happened on her journey that's kind of like rattled me a little bit. I mean, beyond all of it, but like there was a time where she was, and I want to ask you what you make of this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, context for any new nobodies who don't know this, I'm like somewhat obsessed with near-death experiences, and a very common situation is for people to be looking down upon their bodies from above and
Oh, right.
having relatively no kind of feeling of connection to the body.
Yeah.
And just like objectively taking in a scene where, surgeons are working on you or an EMT or something like that and going, huh,
Yeah.
there I am. She experienced that. And I don't know if it's because like she was dying and having a near-death experience or if it's a specific response from something happening in the brain.
Right.
It does seem weird though. Like in some ways I'm going, oh no, if it is the specific response in the brain, that discounts all the like spiritual woo-woo.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I'm going, well, that's fucking wild that you could see like bird's eye view of everything going on completely clearly and be able to report back
What it was.
Yeah. From a completely different perspective where it's maybe it is like speaking to the realms we're in. There's so much more than this.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
I don't know, because I've had that same thought with the like, the cliche of like the tunnel vision going to heaven. There are some scientists out there that can explain that, like what's happening. Do you know what I mean? Instead of like you're actually going down a tunnel. There's a more scientific reason possibly. So I don't know. I almost kind of prefer not to think about it too much because the one way kind of bums me out, sort of, if it's just like this is just a thing happening in your brain.
Right.
What's crazy is the one you're talking about where they see stuff where if it is them seeing stuff that there's no other way they could have put those puzzles together.
Yes.
Because like, let's say you knew what your doctor looked like. Your brain could come up with this scenario of like, well, I know what being in the room looking above me might look like.
Right.
But if it was like, but then someone came
the doctor
in that
tripped,
you
or the doctor was dancing to blah blah blah.
Yeah, that those stories are crazy.
Yeah,
where it's like it doesn't seem like there would be a way that you could have seen that.
Particularly when someone's like in a coma, their eyes are closed. There's no interesting.
Especially if it would be something visual, because it's like even if you're knocked out, maybe you're hearing stuff and putting it together subconsciously. But if someone could come in like, hey, did you know at 5 minutes we walked in with a beach ball just because it was Larry's 50th birthday, but we were silent because it's like a funny joke. But then if you saw that, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, and there are stories like that. Indeed.
That's weird.
All right, well, we got to the bottom of that. We've figured it out. It does make me think this is like this one wild and precious life.
Oh, that's where you're at now?
Yeah.
Or it is a wild and precious life. It's not the wild and
No, no,
precious
no.
life.
It is a wild and precious life. Like,
I like that.
we should spend it, seeking joy and helping others and trying to make life better for all of us. So that's nice. I love you. And I know I sound like I'm hanging by
I
such a
do.
thin
And
thread.
I'm only smiling. I'm not
Ugh,
smiling to make fun of you because
I
I know
know.
you're going to be fine. It's just funny. Well, maybe it's not funny, but you know what I mean. Maybe it's just how I deal with it.
It's a little
Uh,
amusing.
yeah.
You, I think deep down, know I'm fine, and I
Yeah.
know I'm totally fine. I know I came across this episode as almost unhinged.
Well, I wouldn't say you're fine. I just know that you're going to be totally fine. And I know that this is nothing crazy.
I think I am fine though. I think, listen, I'm I actually am kind of proud of how I've dealt with it, even though it's been hard. But life, uh, this is going to happen again and again. Like,
Hmm.
there are challenging times. You're having a good time career wise, and there will be times when that's not true. And
Yep.
for me, same. Like,
Peaks and
it
valleys.
peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. And I think it really is how you deal with things. And so I've been really focused on that this time, whereas I feel like in the past I'd be like wallowing, but I truly am like, I'm going to go give blood because that is something that I can do to help someone else that will hopefully make me feel better. And the physical reaction to it wasn't ideal, but like, I don't know. I'm trying to be proactive in recognizing this is just this time. I actually do feel like the tables are about to turn for me in a nice way,
Hell yeah.
and whatever lesson I can take from how I'm processing all of this is good. And I haven't been down in the dumps. I've been kind of like, you know, swinging a little bit, but I've also been able to be very present with the kids and
Hmm.
enjoying things and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, for sure.
and I'd much rather, I want to say, do you hear this, universe? Like, so much rather have these challenges or like, they're not even challenges. It's just, this is how the career goes.
Hmm.
This is what I signed up for. Then have challenges in other arenas in my life. Like, let's keep it, you know, I'm grateful that this is what I've got to deal with. If there are challenges to be had, great.
Love it.
Okay.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.